Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to Stock Markets with Bruce. I'm your host with the most, the hostess with the mostest, the hoster with the moster. I'm just Uncle Bruce here. I'm just a guy sitting in front of a computer, happens to have a camera on it, at 6:30 in the morning in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, looking into the camera and just asking his viewers to like him. Please like me. Hit the thumbs up button and show me you like me. Can you hear that? Calgary is waking up. The pickup trucks are revving up, and the oil workers are getting ready to go to work. Although I have to say, in downtown Calgary, the oil workers are wearing suits and ties, and the gals are nicely dressed. We have a guy who probably has a day off from the oil rig somewhere and is visiting a friend and just revving up his pickup truck to have fun. Welcome, one and all, to the party, guys. Oh, by the way, I've been working all morning here for you. The title of this show is so accurate. Sofi shares will trade at $100 each on January the 1st, 2020. I'm working on that. I'm working on exact time of day for you. So just give me a break. Give me a little more time to figure this out for you, because SoFi while one broker says it's going to be $2.50 a share, other brokers are saying it's going to be $8 a share. I'm thinking, well, let's just move ahead in time and cut to the quick. When is the stock going to be $100 a share? And that will put to rest these $2.50 estimates and these $5 estimates, and the company will never make money crap talk, or they'll never make enough money to justify their stock, all these rumors, innuendos, and everything else. Why don't we just talk about when it's going to trade at $100 a share, and then we can put the countdown meter on it and just have it run, and then we can go, so many days, so many hours, so many minutes, and so many seconds until it trades at 100 a share. I'm working on that right now. As soon as I have that figured out, I will get that to you so that you now can plan your economic future by sitting back going, wow, that 100 a share, I'm going to need so many shares to be worth this much money so that I can be rich. Okay, so, and that'll take care of all my problems, and all my relatives will be tolerable. All my co-workers will be ex-co-workers, all this kind of stuff to make your life a perfect scenario that it is. Oh, by the way, it's time to get the gunk out. Did you notice that? Check this out. It's time to get the gunk out. I love that little saying. I found this in a box the other day. You see this? What this is here? This is a dental tool here. These are little dental tools, and I was at Costco, I think 2 years ago, in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, and I think I bought a super size box of these dental cleaning things, and I love this. I thought this statement right here says it all regarding this channel and your computer and my computer. Get the gunk out. Anyway, it is what it is. What else is going on? Oh God, what a morning. I tell you, there's so much going on here. So much. The Dow is down 83. Nothing terrible. We're down 6.5 on the S&P. We're down 8 points on NASDAQ. It's a nothing burger. Oil is up 25 cents to 71.36. The energy, the EIA, there's an agency out there. There's some kind of a think tank out there. Okay, there are many, but there's one in particular that tries to guesstimate oil and gas prices going forward. And if these guys aren't the biggest shills ever created, I don't know who is, because these guys only talk about one thing all the time: record prices for oil. That's all they ever talk about. Oil is going to hit stratospherically high prices because I guess the end of mankind is just around the corner. I don't know. There's talk about, the biggest economic turnaround in history is about to take place, and China is going to just zoom to the moon, and the world economy is just going to get really active. And What planet are these guys from? Well, they're not. They're from Earth, but they're basically paid basing under the table or however, moral suasion, whatever you want to use it, to talk about the fact that the oil industry is just, we just haven't got enough of this stuff. We're woefully inadequate as to how much oil there's out there versus how much we need. It's unbelievable. I I would laugh at it if it wasn't so goddamn pathetic, but I can't laugh at it because so many innocent investors get hoodwinked by outfits like this that come off as legit, 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 and they're basically shilling for the oil patch, whether they want to admit it or not. They've drank the Kool-Aid and they're sucked in. There is oil everywhere. There's oil everywhere, and the higher it goes, the more oil gets discovered. This is the thing these guys don't want to talk about. The fact that oil right now is $71 American a barrel. That means in Canada, it's almost $100 a barrel. It's like 95 Canadian dollars a barrel. All right. In this province of Alberta, where I am right now, can we make money at 95 Canadian dollars a barrel? Oh my God, the money is good. Really good. It's good at the wellhead where the oil comes out of the ground. It's great at the refinery stage where it gets separated into various chemicals, including gasoline, unleaded gas, diesel, where it gets put into components for plastics, components for fertilizer, components for pharmaceutical, components for you name it. I mean, there are 1,000 uses for petroleum. All right. And when you pull it out of the ground and get paid 95 Canadian dollars a barrel for the select grade, there's one particular grade that gets this price. Oil has 20 different grades, if not more, and 20 different price points. It doesn't matter. These prices are so juicy. With the Canadian dollar worth only 74 cents on the US dollar, it is so juicy for Canadian producers. And the province of Alberta, this province I live in, like it would be a state for you guys in the States. This province of Alberta doesn't even have 5 million people. I mean, we're not even talking the population of Houston for the whole dang province. Alberta is the size of Texas, Oklahoma, Iowa, all in one. It's huge, huge. It's bigger than California. 5 million people live here. And we're hauling out millions of barrels of oil all the time. And this province can produce more oil than it can export. There's the choke point. This province is desperately trying to get as much oil out of here to willing buyers if only we had the capacity to get it all out. We're probably getting 80% of it out, 85% of it out. But to build a pipeline across the 49th parallel into America, politically impossible. To build a pipeline to the Pacific Ocean, politically impossible. To build a pipeline to the Atlantic through the rest of Canada, completely impossible. It is easier and easiest to load train cars, literally train cars with fuel and have it go rumbling down wobbly railroad tracks to where it's got to go. It's that easy to move oil. Now, what doesn't happen, just to give you some perspective, we don't have a scenario where oil comes out of the ground, goes into a tank, a truck comes along, picks up the oil, and then goes to a railroad station and dumps it into rail cars. It doesn't work like that. The product that is inside rail cars has come out of a refinery of some kind. It has come out of some kind of a refinery process because the crude in a tank car has to have a certain quality and impurities removed so that it can be delivered to refineries in the USA or overseas that can now easily be converted to the final product that's going to become, whatever that product is, gasoline or plastics or pharmaceutical or fertilizer components, whatever. And it's worth more money that way. It's worth a lot more money, partially refined, than just raw crude, because there are 20 different grades of crude out there. In this province, there's all kinds of quality of crude, high quality to low quality. It doesn't matter. This province makes money on every barrel that comes out of the ground. Dollars and dollars and dollars of royalties comes to the provincial government for 5 million registered, not even registered voters, 5 million residents, of which maybe 2.5, 3 million are registered voters. The province of Alberta is running a surplus of record proportions in its history. Never has this province made as much money that it has in the last 2 years. Never. The boom years of the 70s when oil took off, the boom and bust years of the 80s and the 90s when oil went up and down, even when oil hit $140 a barrel for a few months back in 2008, this province is making more money now at these prices from 70, 80 bucks a barrel than ever in its history. Because where is the money coming from? Natural gas. It's not coming from oil. Oil is making money for the province. Oh, yeah. The money is coming from natural gas, which is a byproduct of producing oil. There are gas fields in Alberta that produce nothing but natural gas, or 90% natural gas. But a lot of oil fields in this province happen to also produce natural gas. And it's natural gas that is generating huge money. But natural gas doesn't come out of the ground and goes right into your furnace either. It has to be refined. And you take the impurities out and you take other chemicals out, including sulfur and many others, that turn into extra cash. This province gave royalty holidays to oil and gas companies in the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s to get them to drill. And they were given 5 and 10-year breaks. But after those royalty holidays ended, whatever production keeps coming out, which it does for 30 and 40 and 50 years, is at full royalties. And now the province is generating full royalties at record prices. The timing is perfect. The only problem is that this province spends what it gets and doesn't save for a rainy day. That's the big problem around here. Every Albertan knows it. Every Albertan is upset with every government that comes into power because they promise one thing and do another. The governments are so eager to please the voters, they spend money. And everyone has their best interests at heart. The school boards want money. The hospitals want money. The roads guys want money for roads and bridges. Social services people want money. Everybody wants money, 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 money. The government can't put its foot down and say, we're only going to spend 10% of the royalty money on services. The rest have to be paid by taxpayers out of your paycheck. And 90% of the royalties will go into a sovereign fund. And in the next 15 years, that fund will be worth trillions of dollars because of the compounding interest and interest and interest. And we'll live off the interest of that fund forever because we can't replace the oil and gas we're pulling out of the ground. It's not non-renewable. Norway figured it out. Norway has a wealth fund that now is worth several $1 trillion. The revenue received from that fund, dividend income, interest income, assets that have risen in value, will pay for the Norwegian government's expenses for perpetuity. And the province of Alberta could be in the same position if only it would stand up. And if we had a government that would stand up and say, no, we're not going to blow it again. We've done this millions of times around here. We've had money come in, we spend it, and then the crash comes and we have to go into deficit spending. We're stopping that in its tracks. Try to get elected under that one. It's very difficult to do. Anyway, that is that story. I'm moving on from that story. I want to talk about something else for my American friends. If you're watching from the United States, America, chances are you are 80% of my viewership. And I thank you very much, Americans, for being here, because what I seem to talk to you about resonates with a lot of you about how you can get rich and make money writing stock options and not making mistakes. But you also have to pay attention to the big story that's going on out there that may or may not have anything to do with you directly, but it'll have something to do with your economic situation for sure directly. You have to understand where pressures are coming from that make the markets go up or down so that you can more easily accept what's going on and understand it. Here's a little report that came out. This story is circulating around right now. Americans' debt loads, the average American household debt figure. If you add it all up, Americans now owe $17.05 trillion in debt. America, not governments, not your city, not your town, not your federal government. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Americans, American mortgages, car loans, credit card debt, and everything else combined. Americans are on the hook for $17.05 trillion. These are American dollars, unfortunately. Inflation is running higher and has now for 2 years. Inflation is running higher than Americans can get pay raises, which means that the big picture, Americans are falling further into debt, and the debt number is rising. They can't get the debt number down. Now, the popular notion in some political circles out there has been that fat, lazy Americans have been collecting government money not to work. Have you heard that one-liner before, or versions of that one-liner for the last couple of years? Americans are being paid not to work, and they're staying home, and that is causing inflation. That's a very popular one-liner that has been going around and around and around and around. The reality is that inflation in the last 2 years, and even right now, is higher than the average American's pay raise at the office. I don't know how many times people have told me on this show, right over here in the comment section, that they were offered a 3% wage increase this year after 8% inflation last year and 7% the year before, or 10% the year before. How many people on this channel have been told by their employers there is no pay raise coming? Others have been told you're getting a 5% pay raise, 3% this year, 2% next year. Very few of my viewers and any other Americans out there have been told by their bosses, we're giving you a 15% pay raise because we didn't give you a raise last year. We're going to add 15% this year. That'll take care of inflation for the last 2 years, and we're going to review this year yet again. I don't know of anyone that's getting this kind of stuff. It's almost non-existent. The growth of debt in the United States is $2.9 trillion since the end of 2019, pre-pandemic. So before the pandemic, when everything was rolling, to now, America is 2.9 trillion more in the hole, and we're going into a recession. We're going into an economic slowdown. We're going into a Congress, a White House, a Senate that are battling each other for spending cuts. We have the Republican Party of the United States that wants to reduce spending through the Congress retroactively, not proactively, retroactively, to make it near impossible for Americans to not go even further in debt, because we are talking about the potential of massive healthcare cuts that now Americans have to pay for. Don't know where they're going to find the money. Massive Social Security cutbacks, either raising the retirement age, reducing the payouts, delaying the payouts, staggering the payouts. We're talking about cuts in all kinds of programs and infrastructure spending that was supposed to create millions of American jobs over the next 10 years and have trillions of dollars spent into the U.S. Economy for infrastructure. All of this is on the table as far as Republicans concerned, because these are all democratic socialist agendas that have to be eliminated. It's not going to happen, but the talk is there, and business leaders and very astute Americans who pay attention are going, I don't know if I'm going to buy a new car quite yet. We might not move out of our house because we have a 2.5 to 3% mortgage for the next 5 years on our house. We move our house to another area, we're going to have to take a 6 or 7% mortgage. Don't know why I'd want to do that. There's a lot of brakes being applied to the U.S. economy in all kinds of sectors. Debt is one of them. 17.05 trillion in debt now, and interest rates are rising for that debt. So it's not bad enough already that 2.9 more trillion in debt has been taken on by American households. That's a problem right there. From what, 14 trillion to 17 trillion, that is a huge percentage increase in debt. Now that debt to service it has gone up in cost because of the Federal Reserve and the battle against inflation that Americans did not cause. All right. So Americans are being blamed or being picked on or being focused on by the Fed to control inflation when Americans didn't create inflation. Inflation was created because of supply chain bottlenecks between the Orient and the United States, because America doesn't build factories anymore. America builds distribution centers. Americans are experts at buying stuff and getting stuff to their house through the infrastructure that has been created to do this. Americans do not make spatulas. Americans do not make pens. Americans do not make these high-tech devices. Americans do not make smartphones. They design them, they engineer them, they don't build them. They import them. Everything is imported from somewhere else. And Americans are experts at buying this stuff and distributing it amongst themselves. And they're experts at marketing it to themselves through advertising, social media, television, radio, you name it. The debt load is rising, and there is no such thing as Americans sitting at home getting government money not to go to work. That doesn't exist. Any politician that is trying to play that game is lying through their teeth to get votes from their existing constituents who feel that they are working harder than other Americans, and they're sick and tired of supporting the fat, lazy Americans who are sitting at home collecting money and not working. This fallacy of some Americans being really entrepreneurial and all the rest of them being fat and lazy is a joke. And yet millions of Americans fall for this every election cycle. And of course, America is always in an election cycle. And so nothing is going to change in that regard. It's just going to keep on going. So I want you to know, I want you to understand that the US economy is under pressure from within because of it, the debt Americans are carrying. It's under pressure from outside by how much is imported into the United States. And it's in trouble with regards to its exports. America trying to export its goods to the rest of the world. The rest of the world can't afford many American goods like they used to because the US dollar has risen against foreign currencies. Now, it's not as high as it used to be, but it's still up there. And that's causing an issue. And there is zero, not a scintilla of assistance coming to the American public to deal with any of this stuff from Washington. Washington is off the map when it comes to any kind of stimulus, any kind of positive vibes, any kind of let's make this better. It ain't going to happen. You are in a cycle right now for the next year and a half where you are going to see nothing done in the Congress and the Senate and the White House because everyone in Washington is gearing up for the next presidential election. And that's all that's on the agenda for the Republicans and the Democrats. And that is the reality of the world. Until Americans vote in either all Republicans, the White House, the Senate, and the Congress, or all Democrats, White House, Senate, and Congress. You have majority of the three parts of government for one party, nothing gets done because there is no bipartisanship. Even now with the so-called debt ceiling talks, where the credibility of the United States of America to the rest of the world is on the line, the two parties can't come to a deal. And so, what do you expect the market is going to do? The stock market's going to hit all-time highs. We're going to see all-time PE multiples go to the roof. We're going to see every American corporation announce factories to be built in the United States and millions of jobs created in the Rust Belt like the old days. You're not going to see any of that. What you're going to see is a continuation of a decline in the standard of living for most Americans in the bottom 60% of the economic hierarchy. The bottom 60% are going to get their butts kicked. The bottom 25% are already destitute. The next 25% are on their way, and another 10% are being added to the rolls. The other 40% will be survivors and thrivers. Survivors will be the first 25%, from 60 to 85% of the population. They will get by. Some a little ahead, some a little behind, but they're going to make it. The top 10 to 15% are going to thrive, because a loaf of bread for a millionaire is the same price as a loaf of bread for someone on welfare or someone totally unemployed that doesn't qualify for any benefits whatsoever, or someone who's working for $30,000 a year, $60,000 a year, $80,000 a year. The loaf of bread is the same price to them in dollars, but on a percentage of money, disposable money, it is way out of proportion. A billionaire, millionaire loaf of bread is chump change. For a family of five loaves of bread a week, 6 loaves a week, plus 3 dozen eggs a week, 4 pounds of bacon a week, and 2 pounds of butter. This is real money. These are costs. These goods are surging in price. There's no such thing as 5 to 8% inflation for these goods. These goods have gone up by 50%, and there is no relief in sight. There could have been relief for maybe 60% of Americans, maybe 80% of taxpayers of the United States. The Biden administration announced an idea. We're thinking of allowing Americans to self-file their income taxes through a new website that would be created through the IRS, where you could just file your taxes with the IRS online, and you don't have to use any tax preparing service to do it. That one is getting shot down by Republicans left, right, and center. Oh my God, you don't want anything to do with that. The damage has been done, though, to Intuit stock and to H&R Block stock. Those shares took a dump, and now they're being downgraded because the mere mention of Americans being allowed to file taxes with their own government directly, oh, that is socialism 101. We have to have Americans go through private companies and have them file with the IRS to protect Americans against their own government. Really? Really? You want to support the billionaires that own these companies and the multimillionaires who run these companies and get massive bonuses to file your taxes when you don't owe the government any money, and you won't owe the government any money because your taxes are deducted at source automatically. You don't have any taxes you owe the government. You actually owed money by the government. The government's willing to give it to you without you losing 3, 4, 5, 10%, 15% to the tax preparing guys who are billionaires and millionaires who own these outfits, run these outfits, manage these outfits, and who are paying Congress through super PACs to not change a goddamn thing. Keep it just the way it is. We like it just the way it is. It works for us. It's amazing how Americans' own freedoms are being taken away by corporate America. We on the outside are just blown away by it. I mean, here in Canada, you get the form, you pick the forms up for your income tax at the post office. You go to the post office and they have income tax forms there. They're envelopes. You take one, they're free. And you take it home and you open it up, and it's like 7 or 8 pages. And if you're working full time or you're a small entrepreneur, you can do it yourself. And then you send it in, and then if they have questions, they'll send you a letter back going, please clarify some details on this or that, or whatever, or they just send you a check, or they just say, you owe us $150. Send us $150. That's it. You don't hire anyone to do your taxes. Why would you pay someone $100 to do this? But the further you get away from it, the more complicated you think it is, and the more owners. And so there you have it. Anyway, that is a whole other thing over there. To me, it's common sense to take the middleman out of any equation. Why have a middleman making a whole bunch of money off of your backs when you don't have to? They don't need to be in part of the deal. I don't understand. It's another world, and for some of you it might be easy, but for others out there, it's a nightmare. And I do get the comments from viewers privately who say, "Oh God, taxes, what a mess! Our state, then the feds. Oh, it's bad." I don't know. I'm not a tax guy. I don't want to go there. It is what it is. We're down 100 points on the Dow. We're down 12 on S&P. We're down 34 on NASDAQ in the pre-market with 30 minutes to go. Oil is up 4 cents a barrel right now. That's what oil is doing. 71.15, hanging on to the 71.70 level right now. One more thing. Many more things, but here's one more thing for you. I mentioned this on the Gold Bagel member Trade Alert show that we did at 8 o'clock Eastern time. If you become a member of this channel, first of all, a Chillin' with Uncle Bruce member, you can comment here during market hours. If you become a Gold Bagel member, you can comment here during market hours, and you can join me every morning at 8 o'clock Eastern when the markets are open for a pre-alert show. And you can join me every Wednesday now at 6 o'clock Eastern time for Prime Time with Uncle Bruce for Gold Bagel members. So if you become one of these guys, the elite members of this channel, you are getting an additional 24 live features automatically. Okay, so this morning's alert show for Gold Bagel members, I commented on a story that is out today about the fact that 13F filings through the SEC are about to be made by any funds out there, including hedge funds, that manage at least $100 million of assets. So if you are a hedge fund of any credibility, you have at least 100 million under management. You have 500 million, you have $1 billion, you have multiple billions of dollars. Hedge funds that have $23 million under management are Uncle Jones's and his pals at the country club funds, the nickel and dime guys. These are nothing burgers. 100 million or more, at least you're in a club of management. And if you're over $1 billion or $2 billion, you matter. There are tens of thousands of hedge funds around the world out there that have more than 100 million under administration. Many. In the United States, there are thousands. Okay. These outfits have to file 13F filings with the SEC every quarter, every 3 months. And this is where it's laughable. These 13F filings, some analysts believe that 13F filings are a window into the mindset of hedge fund managers, mutual fund managers, pension fund managers, and major investment outfits. This shows us what they're thinking and what they're doing and what they're buying and what they're selling. Oh, how wrong they are. The reality is that, yes, there are hedge funds with billions of dollars under administration. And yes, they are in many cases long-term investors in whatever they like to invest in, whether it's real estate, whether it's commodities, whether they like to invest in currency trades, bond trades, publicly traded company stock. Everybody has their thing, okay? Their artwork, whatever turns you on. There are a lot of hedge funds out there and investment funds that invest in the stock market. That's why it's worth trillions of dollars. But they also invest in the derivatives market. And on this channel, right here, there are right now 209 people watching me live. Many of you are derivatives traders now. You never used to be a derivatives trader, but you are now. You're a derivatives trader because in the last year, year and a half, 2 years that you've been with me, you have learned how to write stock options. Writing an option on a stock is a derivative trade. Many of you have also figured out through me by taking my lessons down below here on, which I forgot to put up here. If you're picking up my lessons, you're learning how to write stock options on options. You figured out that you can buy deep in the money calls and then write options on those calls. That's poor man covered call option writing. That's writing a derivative on a derivative. That's what that really is. So the word derivative, I don't want you to be confused by it and intimidated by the word derivative. We all have some form of derivative trading out there, and it's part of the market. The gamblers on the option market are the ones who buy call options hoping that they win the lottery. A stock moves up in price and their call option goes from a dime to $1, and they turn $1,000 into $10,000 and they go, I'm a winner. That's a derivative trader as well. They're buying a derivative to try to make money on a stock that will reflect the value of that derivative, make it go higher. Okay. The problem is that if you're a 13F filer and you have to mandatorily do this, you have 45 days from the end of the quarter before you have to file, and you only have to file every quarter. So you only have to come clean to the SEC and the world at large 4 times a year. You get 6 weeks to reveal your positions at the end of the quarter to the world. And you don't have to show off your derivative trades that are done offshore. You only have to show your derivative trades that are done onshore if you are buying calls and puts. You don't have to reveal if you have any short positions. You don't have to disclose those. So you want a Mack truck of exemptions? Here it is. These hedge fund operators laugh every quarter because they know they don't have to reveal their hand for 6 weeks. So you're trying to figure out what so-and-so hedge fund is doing with their dollars, and you're relying on a 13F filing to reveal to you what they're thinking and what they're doing. You've got jack squat. Because the week before the third quarter ends, or the next quarter ends, these guys can undo their positions and wait a week and have nothing, just have a benign set of investments. And then after the quarter's over, they can reassume their positions and off they go again. And if you're a shorter, if you short GameStop, for example, or you short Apple or Tesla or whatever you want to, whatever you don't like or think is going lower, you can hold short positions on stock without being short the stock. I mean, come on. You can own 1 million shares of GameStop inside your hedge fund and declare that at the end of the quarter. 6 weeks later, we own 1 million shares of GameStop. The day after the quarter is over, you sell your 1 million shares of GameStop and you got nothing. In the meantime, in the offshore derivatives market in London or in Paris, you're short 5 million GameStop through derivatives trades. These are put contracts that have been custom made for you by the derivatives and exchanges over there, all off the radar from any reporting agency on the planet. We're talking about outfits that are trading billions of dollars of money. Do you think that they happen to have the expertise and advisors to assist them to avoid reporting violations? Yeah, I think so. I think they have lawyers in Switzerland, lawyers in London, lawyers in New York, securities experts around the planet to help guide them so that their hand is not revealed to the open market. If you truly are looking to be in a short position against our Carl Icahn and his outfit, do you think you want your position to be seen in a 13F filing? That is amateur hour. Absolute laughable amateur hour if your fund gets caught having to reveal at the end of quarter whatever that you were shorting Carl Icahn's stock. You don't want the world to know. So you do it through offshore hedge fund and derivative trades. That's how this is done. The SEC is powerless to make hedge funds and mutual funds and pension funds and all kinds of traders reveal their hand to the market participants, the innocent individuals. That's you guys. You will never get the true story of where you're really at, where we're really at, what we're really against. There's one piece of good news that I have for you. Believe it or not, this actually is incredible to think about. The fact is that you out there, as a viewer of this channel, if you have 100 shares of Apple or GameStop or you have $500, $2,000, $10,000, depending on which platform you trade with, you can, don't mind this table, you can enter the options market and trade the options market, which is the same playing field that all the hedge fund players play as well. Not maybe every single one, but many of them do. And it's an open, transparent market. You can use this little device right here, and you can sit on your toilet anytime you want, reflect on your life, let things go. And you can decide, you know what? I am going to buy a deep in the money call option on GameStop. And I'm going to buy a January 2025 $10 in the money call. And I'm going to pay $12 for it. And I'm then going to turn around and I'm going to write a 2-month contract, a 4-month contract, a 6-month contract, whatever you want. That's slightly out of the money. And I'm going to haul in whatever you can get, $3 a contract for it. So you spend $1,200 to buy the call and you bring in $300 on a premium, all from the comfort of your toilet seat off of this thing right here. And you are competing directly against multi-billion-dollar players, potentially, who are doing the same thing or the opposite thing that you're doing. And they're in the offices in Manhattan. They're in offices in Taipei. They're in offices in Tokyo. They're in offices in London, Frankfurt, around the world. They're everywhere. But you're also competing against hedge fund operators that are sitting in the Cayman Islands, that are sitting in Switzerland, that are sitting in offshore or tax-free jurisdictions and other jurisdictions where there's no reporting required of any kind. And you're up against these guys. And you need to know, you have to understand, if you're going to write a call option or you're going to write a cash secured put on, say, Sofi, you have to understand what the ups and downs of this transaction could be. What could be the best thing to happen to you? What could be the worst thing to happen to you? Or anything in between that. And you have to be willing to live with the risks. You have to also be willing to make a move on your investment by deciding, you know what? GameStop has gone from 19 a share to 21.50 a share, 21.80 a share, going to $22. I think I need to do a rollover on my GameStop, because my deep in the money calls on GameStop that I bought at $9.50, $10 are now trading at 12, 12 and a half, going higher. And the calls that I wrote for $3, $3.50, $4, they've all gone up 50 cents, $1, $1.50 each on me. I'm richer here, but I'm way richer here. I'm richer on my deep in the money calls, more than what I'm losing on my short-term calls. But nonetheless, I want to up my strike price to reflect the market as it is, because I'm letting the stock tell me what to do. You don't have to guess what the hedge fund operator is doing. You don't have to guess what the derivative in the offshore market player is doing. You'll never know. You'll never know through 13F filings what they're really up to. They can mask trades through 13F filings. They don't have to reveal short sales. You will never get the accurate picture of what really these massive, gigantic funds are doing. You will never know. And their job is to never let you know. There are people inside these organizations, their job is simple. It's one job: hide our affairs to the rest of the street. Help us disguise what we're up to. And that's where these advisors come in. You get these offshore specialists who say, well, you should pick up some derivatives on that GameStop or some on the Apple or this on Sofi or that over here, that on that. You're shorting the US dollar. We don't want the world to know you're shorting the US dollar. You don't want the world to know. You don't want the world to know you're long gold. You don't want the world to know you're into wheat, barley, petroleum futures. You don't want the world to know what you're doing inside those markets. They might be aware that you're involved in currency trading because your hedge fund is called XYZ Currency Trading Corporation. Yeah, we trade currencies. But you don't want the world to know what your position is and what your thinking is and what direction you're going, unless you're bragging about it or unless you're trying to influence the market, where you see from time to time on certain television networks, guests appear that happen to be advisors to a whole bunch of hedge funds. And what is their expertise? Currencies, oil and gas, real estate, equities, whatever their specialty is. And they advise hedge funds what to trade and how to trade it. Sometimes hedge funds take big positions. The market isn't going the direction they want, or they just made their bets, and they, in the last 3 months, have assembled a series of domestic and offshore derivative trades where they're now looking for the entity to go up or down in value, whichever direction they're betting on it. And now they hire the shills to go on television, to go on to podcasts, to come on to as guests on various entities, to hype up whatever they're hyping up or hype it down. Talk recession talk or talk recovery talk. Talk increase oil prices, talk decrease oil prices. Talk better industrial production, worse. Better China numbers, worse China numbers. Whatever the position, there's a hedge fund for everything. And you notice or you don't notice that every day you're being pitched at by shills who've been hired directly or indirectly by these entities to promote a certain philosophy of investment. Real estate market's going to hell. Real estate market's going to be the greatest of all time. Interest rates are going up. Interest rates are going down. Government deficits are out of control. Government spending is okay. Whatever. They're all out there. There's politicians with lobbyists. There's industry with lobbyists. And there are investors with lobbyists. And they're all out there. These 13F filings are a joke. Deep down inside the SEC, they know they're a joke. The diehard SEC people who want full, plain, and complete disclosure, they know that the rules are stacked against the small investor for transparency, without question. The problem is that the overlords of the SEC is the Senate and the Congress. They object or indicate which way they want to go with rules and regulations. And if you want the SEC to be able to insist that anyone, no matter what your size, must disclose short sales that are at least 0.1% of a company's stock, or 0.5% of a company's outstanding publicly traded stock, you are a shorter of at least 0.5% of a public company's stock. You must disclose within 24 hours your position. The only way the SEC can enforce that is if the Congress and the Senate approve it. And I can tell you right now, right here, live in front of all of you out there who are watching around the world, that is not going to happen. There is no way in hell that the brokerage community in New York, the serious banks over there, and all their clients, all the clients, which are the hedge funds, the mutual funds, the pension funds, the wheeler dealers, the speculators, none of these guys want to have to disclose short positions. None of them, not a single one, want it. They don't want disclosures as it is. They want to be left alone. They want government, quote, out of their lives. In other words, they want to be free to buy and sell whatever they want, whenever they want, however they want, and they don't want you to know about it. And of course, Yet what you could have is collusion between funds, hedge fund managers, and whatnot, ganging up on a stock, on a bank, on an insurance company, on an index, on a series of stocks. There's no control. That's what they ultimately would love to have. The SEC is trying to keep everything calm and give the illusion that they're there for the small guy. The problem is that anytime they try to help the small guy, they cost the small guy a fortune. And of course, the SEC crackdown on SPACs is a classic example of big time Wall Street brokerage firms going, hey, we don't like these SPACs. They avoid us. These guys are raising money from the public without using us. This is crap. We need a cut of the action here. We can't have these SPACs raise millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars from investors, go public on their own. No. It has to be done through an IPO. Every company going public should really go through an IPO process to protect the integrity of all small retail investors. How's that working for you? Did all of you get the Coinbase deal and the Airbnb deal and all the other IPOs at $20 a share when they went public at $40 a share and started trading at $120 a share? How did you guys do on that? Did your broker call you up and say, I can get you 5,000 shares at $40 a share? We think it's going to open up at 100. Did you get any of those? I don't think you did. None of you got those. By the way, how many of those hedge funds shorted Coinbase, Airbnb, and all the other highfalutin IPOs that came out and were shorting those shares within the first couple of days of trading when they took off and went ballistic? How many of these guys were shorting this stuff on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis? How many were shorting this stuff through the derivatives market offshore and didn't have to report it to the regulators in the United States? You'll never know. You'll never know through a 13F filing. You're never going to know through any filing. There are no filings for this stuff. It's impossible. The only way you can tell, in some cases, how some of these hedge fund guys are doing is to take somebody, hire a guy, a gal with binoculars, and send them out to Westchester or to where most of these private airports are run for executive jets, and grab the binoculars and watch private jets coming and going and parked, and then do the reverse through the air traffic controller, the FAA registration system, figured out who owns these private jets. And if you know anyone in the private jet business, which there are many brokers out there, they can tell you, oh yeah, that $80 million jet over there was picked up by so-and-so. That guy is a hedge fund operator out of Dubai. That jet was sold by the hedge fund guy out of Switzerland, but then he bought that one over there. And I heard that he bought another one, but it's based in Switzerland. That's one way to figure it out. Real estate transactions is another way to try to figure out who's doing what. It's absolutely unbelievable. Can you hear the sirens? Hang on a sec. Goodness gracious almighty. Unbelievable. Don't mind me, I'm trying to get my fan working here. Here we go. Hi, everybody. Sorry about that. I had to close my window to the outside world because the sirens are going. It all of a sudden starts to smell like there's a fire going on. And what has happened this morning in Calgary? We have winds coming in with all the smoke from the forest fires hundreds of miles away from us. And you can smell it in the air. So I've had to close my window and turn my fan on to just kind of circulate the air a little bit, keep me cool. But shut the outside world off because the sirens are going off this morning. Who knows why? I'm near downtown Calgary, so it's kind of noisy around here. Anyway, welcome all to the party. You as option writers, I have good news for you. Do not fear the upside. The U.S. economy is going backwards, slowing down dramatically, although there It's good for job seekers. For those of you who are trying to get a raise to stay ahead of your employer, there's only one way you can. Well, there's two ways to do it. It's two ways, maybe three. The long shot is your employer gives you a raise more than inflation. And I know that I don't even know if 5% of you are getting that. I really don't know. I know that many of you have employers that want to help you stay ahead of inflation. They care about you. They're great employers. Your employers are really good people. They're just stuck with a company that they're running that's not doing as well as other companies are. And they can't give raises because it's just, an economic slowdown is going on. The other way to get a raise is to quit your day job and take another job hopping. And that has been a popular sport in the US and Canada now and elsewhere for the last 2 years. A lot of people on this channel and elsewhere have quit their jobs with company number one and moved on to company number two, or in their career, company number 4 to company number 5, or 3 to 4, or 2 to 4. People have moved jobs multiple times in their careers because the only way to get a sizable increase in pay is to be employed by someone else at the rate that you're actually worth. Your existing employer doesn't want to pay you what you're worth. They'll pay a new employee because they think that employee brings a perspective to the job that you don't have. And so you go to another company that feels you have the perspective that they're looking for, and they'll pay you 20, 25, 30, 40% more in wage. Sometimes it's absolutely shocking how much money people get when they quit their old job and move into another firm. It's shocking. Then there's the third method. The first one was the boss gives you the raise. The second one is you quit your job, go to another job. And the third one, where you ultimately can make more money, is you work for yourself. And there's two ways to do that. The one way to do it is to do what you do, but as a consultant to corporate whatever, corporate America, corporate Canada, corporate whatever, or corporate international. And you might work through a headhunting agency. You might talk to a headhunting agency that says, we can place you. I can put you into a job with this company or that company. And you say to them, I don't want a job. I don't want to be full-time employed by anyone. I am only interested in being a consultant. There are people out there that can help you do that. You have to find them. You have to do some homework, LinkedIn and other connections. There's ways. The other way to do it is to be self-employed entirely, managing your own assets. And that is where the age of discovery happens on this channel every day, every week, where people who find this balding face for radio YouTuber and they do a self-analysis of what they're sitting on, and they realize, my God, my wife and I, the family, we have had assets that we're sitting on for the last 15 years where we could have both, my wife and I, my husband and I, we could have both quit our jobs 15 years ago to be writing options on our portfolio. We have enough assets under administration where we can arrange them in such a way to adjust what we own, to write options on a portfolio, to be self-employed and never work for anyone ever again. This is our immediate future going forward. I get this all the time. It's a silent development. It's happening all the time, everywhere geographically, and it's happening with I have 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, the folks in their 50s and 60s and 70s. I have all age groups who ultimately reach out to me and say, I got to talk to you one-on-one because we just figured something out. I've always said I was going to do this, but I finally got off my butt to do it because of you. You motivated me to really take a look at what I should be doing with my life. And you have helped me figure out that I can be self-reliant. My wife and I realized we could both quit our day jobs and be at home or traveling full-time or whatever we want to do with ourselves. This has opened up everything because of you. And we now need some more guidance on to get down this track. And I've helped people over 3 months, 6 months, a year completely change their lives and outlooks on what they thought the next 10, 20 years was going to be. And it has been a revealing um, lifting of the curtains where they are going, my God, we could be living a life that we didn't think we'd ever get to, or we thought was 15 years away. We can live it now while we're younger and healthy, able to travel, physically good. This is going to mentally take a ton of stress off of us. It's going to extend our lives. Welcome to the party, pal, of this channel. Thank you, my dear friend Larry Titus, for hitting the bells and getting this party started. We are open for trading. The rant just continues on. I thank you all for being here and already hanging out. We have a nice number of thumbs ups, 130. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Folks, we're going to go now to member-only chat. Please become a member of this channel at whatever level is comfortable to you and join the discussion during market trading time here. I so appreciate you guys being part of this family. It is absolutely wonderful that you're here. We so appreciate it. I can't tell you how important it is that this channel exists because of members. There's no other way around it. I did my math the other day. I was looking at my for fun. I was looking at my my statistics on YouTube, and I was looking over the last month, 90 days, 365 days, and so on and so on and so on. And I was looking at how the channel was doing, and where the channel earns its income from, and all this sort of stuff. And the folks over at YouTube, they pay Jennifer and I about an average of about $8 a day to be YouTubers. That's how much they pay us. It's $8 a day. So we do not make money on advertising. Believe me, we do not get paid for bringing eyeballs to YouTube. There's 227 people here. If you've all been given an ad before you started watching me, you probably clicked on it as soon as you could get off of it. I get $8 a day. So all the reruns, people who watch my show in the evening, later in the day, all the views combined, it's $8 a day. That's what YouTube pays me to be here, to get up at 4:30 in the morning when I'm in Alberta, to get to figure what's going on, and then give you a 2-hour show every day. It's $8 for 2 hours of live broadcast with 2 hours of prep work. So for 4 hours of work, I make $2 an hour from YouTube. Thank you. Look, if I had 20,000 viewers watching at the same time, then I would make that much more, of course. But it's not the viewers. It's who the viewers are and what they're getting out of it. And what I am delivering to my viewers, I think, is the kind of information you need to make money in this ugly stock market. And it is not a pretty place these days. And it's not going to be pretty for a long time. You want to make money in this market and get consistent cash flow coming into your pocket, you're going to have to make it pay you. You're going to have to make this market, as I've said a million times, make the market your bitch. Sorry, but that's what it is. You cannot expect the market to give you anything. This market gives you nothing. You must get it, grab it, and take control of it yourself. It's the only way you're going to get ahead. And one of the ways you can make a living in this market, and you can make a good living, and you can actually get rather wealthy at it, is to be an option writer. A derivative creator is what I'm making you. And if you were to meet me at a cocktail party 5 years ago, and you don't know who I am, and I don't know who you are, and I ask you, oh, what do you do for a living? And you tell me what you do for a living, and then you tell me, oh, what do you do for a living? And I were to tell you that I create derivative writers. I help people write derivatives to make money. Your eyes would glaze over, and you just go, what? And then you'd look for someone else to talk about the weather, or traveling to Europe maybe, or or talk baseball, but you'd stop talking to me in seconds because you'd be looking at me going, I have no idea what you just said. And it's probably likely when you tell me what you do for a living, that most likely I don't know what the hell you do for a living. Because I have an idea maybe what you do for a living. I don't have a real clue what you really do for a living out there. There's so many careers now, so many ways to go. But I create derivative writers, and I do it in plain English, and I do it one at a time, one at a time, one at a time. And people go to my website, stockmarketswithbruce.ca, right down here, and they learn how to write stock options. And they take my classes one at a time, once a week, one every 3-4 days, whatever their time frame is, however much in a hurry you are, whatever amount of information you can absorb on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. People hang out on my website. They watch 15 classes over a certain amount of time. They come over here. They become members of this channel. They start talking to the other members about writing options, and they start writing options themselves. And we have converted a lot of people who had no idea what an option was, never heard the word stock option, had ideas of options that were really risky, scary things. And all of a sudden, they're writers of stock options. They're on the other side of the trade. And they figured out, oh my God, this is good. This is so good. I welcome you to the channel. I welcome you to the party. I welcome you to the other side of the market. I welcome you to the side of the market where the 13F filers hang out. You're hanging out with 13F filers. The good news, you don't have to file 13F reports to the SEC because none of you are handling $100 million of assets yet on this channel. Many of you are sitting on assets of $10,000, $50,000, $150,000, $1 million. You're all small investors. Under the SEC umbrella of the world, you guys are nothing burgers, and it's perfect. You're perfect. You're sitting in an area where no one pays attention to you. No one will pick on you, where you can get in and get out and play darts with your money and your option writing. You can shoot darts and take money off the table because there are trillions floating around out there, trillions. And every Friday, trillions of dollars of options expire. And on this channel, a whole bunch of you have figured out how to haul in cash into your pockets. And I say, congratulations. Welcome to the party, everybody. Your lives are going to be changed forever. That's all I can say. I don't know how else to say it. I'm doing the best I can. Look at that. Dang, says JR. You've got 130 thumbs ups already. And that was 7 minutes ago. How about that? Thank you. It is great. James Barnaby Fishing says, I sold 30 puts yesterday on Sofi. These are January 2024, 450 strikes. I got 90 cents each for these against margin up, buying power. Plenty left to buy my calls back or puts back, interest free, no negative cash balance. This is a pretty good deal here. Yes, it is. It's a fantastic deal. And by writing these puts at 90 cents each, James is saying to the market, you want to sell me Sofi at 450 a share? I'll take it because you're giving me 90 cents to do it. I'm only paying 360 for the stock. You make me buy this stuff at 360 a share. I say thank you very much because Uncle Bruce knows exactly when it's going to be $100 a share. I'm just going to wait for him to tell me when it's 100 a share, and it'll be great. There you go. Buy at 360, sell at 100. Hey, you making any money? 30 contracts, 3,000 shares at $3.60. That will be worth $100 a share someday. I'll get back to you as soon as I'm ready to tell you the date. I'll let you know. Don't worry. You'll be the first to know. Don't worry, you guys. You stick around this channel. I'll tell you when. You're going to make some nice money. How about that? 3,000 shares at $100 a share. How much money is that? 3,000. $1 is $3,000. $10 a share is $30,000. $100, $300,000. That's not bad, James. You get paid to write the put, and then you buy the stock for $360, and you turn it into $300,000. Does that work? That you could also write calls all along the way. If you actually get exercised, you could write calls on those shares as they go up through $10, $20 a piece, and 50 and 80, and then, whew, James, you're going to need a private jet to get around because the paparazzi at the airport will be out of control. You need the privacy. Gonzo Cruiser, Bruce, I am number 142 on your thumbs up meter as you are striving to get to 200. I thank you so very much. 145 thumbs ups now. Home Skillet made an announcement. Home Skillet has made an announcement. We appreciate you, Uncle Bruce. Been a Chillin' with Uncle Bruce member for 3 months. Thank you, Home Skillet, for that bulletin that came across the big green bar. I love these. Any of you can put one of these up anytime you want. It doesn't cost you any money. You can do it for nothing. All you do is, I think you hit the dollar sign, and then it gives you an option to pick this announcement bar, and you can tell the market, everybody out there in the market, how long you've been a member of my channel, and you can send me a public message. Thank you so very, very much. I love these. It shows the casual viewers out there how long people have been part of this channel. There's a reason there are members here for years. They make money. It's pretty simple. They're making money. Wing Commander, I'm 145. I'm here now. Let's go, baby. Let's bring in some dough. Thank you for the thumbs ups, everybody. We're going for 200. We're on our way. We're down 122 on the Dow. We don't care. We're down 9 points on the S&P. We don't care. NASDAQ is up 1 point. Now it's unchanged. We don't care. Oil is up 33 cents. It doesn't matter. We make money no matter which way the market goes. It just doesn't matter. Sofi today, 479. It's actually up about 2 cents right now. 474, down 2 cents. It's jumping around. My machine is behind, so you have to forgive me. I'm with it and I'm not with it here with my quotes. But we don't care. We know SoFi is going to 100 a share. I've almost worked out the exact timing. So you stand by. I'll let you know when we're ready. So it's only going to go up about 20 times in price from here. 470 times 20 is 94, and then a couple more. So 21 times, 22 times it's going to go up about 22 times its value. I'm working out the exact date. So you can believe the broker, the analyst that said it was going to 250 if you want. You can believe that, and maybe they're right. Maybe for 1 nanosecond in the next month, the shares will touch 250 and then go right up to $100 a share. That could happen. It could happen, but I don't think so. But it could happen. But $100 a share is definitely going to happen. There's no doubt about it. These guys are going to be worth a lot of money. But it's a question of, will you be part of it? That's the thing. I don't know. J-Boy, I'm number 150, Bruce, on your thumbs up meter. You want to get to 200? You got to get through me. I'm at 150. Wing Commander, Tesla is trying hard to break below support. 166 is going to go to 145. What's going to happen with the Tesla? 165.94, down 41 cents. Apple's up 85 cents. GameStop 21.92, up 30 more. Go GameStop. My viewers are getting richer on GameStop here. Splair, when I write 50 to 100 calls in 3 years, I'm already happy with 3 apartments and a company that will force me to travel. But the travels will be for collecting data that I use in the products. I love it. Way to go, Splair. You're thinking the right direction. Home Skill, Uncle Bruce, once the debt ceiling brinkmanship is settled, do you think we see an overall market bounce? JR, Uncle Bruce, I finished your calculations. I found the answer. Thank you, JR. Home Skill, do we see a market? We might, but we might not. We might find that people sell on the news. This is a nothing burger discussion. This whole credit default crap, it's all BS. All of it. Everyone knows it. It happens every year or so. It happens when a new speaker takes over and tries to make something of himself. It's a show. It's just a show. The parties that are involved in the discussion have to pretend to care. They have to put on their suits and see each other. They have to go through the motions. At the end of the day, the bills get paid. Congress kicks the can down the road because no one has the guts to stand up and say, this is how it's going to get done. No one has the guts to get together and say, okay, Congress, the Senate, and the president have made a deal. We have made a bipartisan deal, and we're going to stick to this deal on this spending thing. They won't do it because they can't get reelected if they do that right now. Not in that country, not in America right now. Too many AK-47s on the streets, too many AR-15s, too many upset people. Not going to happen. So here, everyone puts on the show, puts on their, I'm the tough guy, I'm here for America, and nothing gets done. But hey, surprise me, I say. The answer is soon, JR. I'm with you, JR. It's coming. We're down to the decimal points. We'll know shortly. Bobby, I hope he carried the one for leap year. Oh, geez, we forgot that. We're going to have to redo our calculations again. There's that leap year thing. Gosh darn it. There's always something that's screwing up the exact timing of these investments. JR, oops, I forgot to carry the one. So the answer is now sooner or later. Yeah, JR, you're on it. We're all on it. We're about to let the world know the exact moment SoFi is going to hit $100 a share. It's just a matter of a little more time. Just bear with us, everybody. But in the meantime, it could hit 250. So they say, but it's 474, I think, right now. Is that right? It's 475-ish, down 2 cents. It's a lot better this morning than it was yesterday morning. Have you noticed that? How it went down to 445 yesterday? We're not backing off to that right now. I don't actually think that's going to happen. I kind of wonder, with only 3.9 million traded, there's no selling coming in. Everyone who wanted out got out. Anyone who was shaken out got shook out. Anyone who was sold out got sold out. I think we might be done. Another half hour or so, we'll figure out if this thing's back to $5 a share, 485. Is it higher? By how much? Where's it going next? We'll figure it out. It'll go to 100. That's where it's ultimately going, and the market knows that that's going to happen. It's just, no one wants to admit it yet. Anyway, there you go. What else is going on here? Splair. Back to the topic here. Anyone seen that GameStop is touching almost 22? We note 2180. Financial mischief. I sold a few SoFi Jan 24 $5 puts. I got $1.09 for those. JR, we're a rocket here. Wing Commander, what are we calculating? JR, Uncle Bruce ran out of time to calculate the exact day that SoFi will shoot to the moon to $100 a share. He had to start the show and he couldn't finish his calculations. I'll get to it. Don't you worry. I'll let you know as soon as I have the exact moment in time that SoFi is supposed to hit 100 a share. I'll let you in on it so that you can do a countdown clock in your house, and you can figure out, the day that SoFi hits $100 a share, I will have 10,000 shares, and they'll be worth $1 million. Or I'll have 30,000 shares and they'll be worth $3 million. Or I'll have 100,000 shares, and they're going to be worth $100 million. Whatever I can't do the math. It's too many zeros. Anyway, can we calculate when the VIX is going to hit 20? That's too easy. No, I go after the hard calculations. When is SoFi going to hit 100? That motivates me. Splair, actually 17.7 with no clear indicator if we go on dropping or climbing. Okay. You will keep working that out. The Dow's down 116, nothing serious. We're down 5 on S&P and we're up 8 on NASDAQ. So it's a mixed bag market here. Oil up 36 cents. That's it right there. Now we'll see what's going on. We're around. JR, looks like there are quite a few dead cats out there. Have those fire trucks been driving recklessly? What's going on? It's very smoky looking outside right now. We're supposed to have a very windy day today. I think these winds from the forest fires, unfortunately, are going to bring this stuff in. Yesterday it was gorgeous, blue sky, clear, gorgeous, 80-degree high, 81. Today a little cooler but smoky, not pretty. Hopefully this will blow away soon, but we need rain up north. We need rain to make these forest fires go away. Anyway, there you have it. That's our story from here. We're down 7.5 on Rocket Lab. We're up a dime on Smart Rent. Again, we're up on Smart Rent. Again. I have been talking about this now for over a week. I have been talking about Smart Rent. We were trading around this 265 area May 10th, 6 days ago. 265. We're 365 now. We've already hit 378 today. I'm telling you, I am telling you, and I am telling you, something's going on. There's something going on. I don't know what that something is. It is either it's either some kind of an internal report has been issued privately to investment advisors by an analyst. There's a secret off the radar buy recommendation going on, or several, but something is clicking here. Something is clicking. Either a very large investor, could be a hedge fund, could be a pension fund, it could be a mutual fund, it could be an ETF, it could be a private person in America, Canada, Europe, I don't know where. But somewhere, somebody or an organization is buying up Smart Rent stock. Every day, they're buying it up. Just buying it. They're buying it. They're buying it. 366 this morning. It was 266 a week ago. They came out with their earnings. They came out with their financials. They're good. They're great. Company's cash rich, growing like leaps and bounds. I keep telling you, corporately, they are on fire. The stock was a dog up until a week ago. It was just not showing anything. And all of a sudden, this subtle daily acquisition of paper is going on Smart Rent. It's now 366.5, up 11.5 cents again. AI, by the way, had a hell of a day yesterday. One heck of a good day. We got this thing up to, what was that thing up to? 24 something. It's now 23.10, down 87 cents. Had a $4 gain yesterday, if I got that right. Pretty good run there. We're at 23.10, down 87. Unity down 172 today. It ran up into the low 30s last week. It's backed off again. GameStop 21.66, up 4. Been climbing a bit. SoFi 468, down 8.8 cents. Tesla down 114. Apple is up 83 cents. Google's up 110. Moderna down 207. I know a guy that wrote calls on Moderna. I think he once had something like 185s, and then he went down to 135s, and the stock's still dropping. He's doing very well on this. Cisco is up a dime. Pfizer down 29 cents at 36.87. This is cheap. IBM down 73 to 122.63. We've got HPQ up 7, Microsoft up 360 to 313 a share. ME up a penny, Matterport down 5.5, Spire unchanged, Amazon up $1.26, Home Depot down $5 today. It's at $2.83 a share right now. It was as low as $2.72 in the pre-market when nobody was trading it. It got manipulated down to $2.72. It's now $2.83.50, down $5. Lower guidance is the issue here, slowing U.S. economy. Vanik is up 16 cents. Netflix down 227. Adobe down 250. Goldman down 71 cents. Boeing down 177. Meta Platforms, Facebook down 177. Royal Caribbean down 23 cents to 75.89, way overpriced. We're at on Target now. We're at down $1.19 on Target shares. JP Morgan down 58 cents. Costco down 5.52. Walmart down 83. The Walmart, the Costco, the Target, the Home Depot, these are retailers, all under pressure today, slowing U.S. economy. Disney down 143. They're in a war in Florida with Mr. DeSantis. All Disney employees across America are getting hurt badly by Governor DeSantis, because the stock could be 150. It's now 91. I'm wondering, when will homes in Florida be at risk for default from Disney employees that may have borrowed against their Disney shares to buy homes. I don't know. The destruction continues, and it's negative. Nvidia's up 240. American Airlines down 24 cents. DraftKings down 35 cents. How you doing there, Auntie Jen?
Hi.
Do you smell the forest fire?
Oh yeah, look at it up there.
Yeah, I closed the
Boy,
window.
has it come in.
Yeah, it all hit in the last hour.
Yeah, because the wind shifted.
Yep.
And it's blowing hard from the north. So
It's
I closed up all the house.
We're closing up our windows so we don't have the house smell like forest fire.
Once that stuff gets in your lungs, it doesn't come out.
It's bad stuff.
Yeah.
You got to keep those particulates away.
Keep those tiny particulates out of your
Yes.
lungs. And boy, it smells. Just imagine what it's like up where the fires are.
Where the fires are. We're hundreds of miles away. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable. There have been evacuations of small towns in Alberta in the last 2 weeks.
What they say, 17,000 people evacuated and thousands, tens of thousands more on it. The problem is it's in a part of the country that's got cows and horses and sheep and goats and donkeys. And
Farms.
it's very hard to evacuate if you got 300 head.
300 head of cattle. That's right. You got to get them out of there. There's a lot of movement going on up there. There's a whole lot of issues happening. Yeah. And now we are experiencing the smell of it because of the way winds are. And we'll see how long it lasts. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. But we've been pretty lucky so far.
Birds are still flying.
Birds are still flying. They ain't died yet.
Well, they're not walking.
I suppose. So how you doing, Eddie Jen?
Good. How are you?
I'm hanging in there, covering a whole lot of topics today.
What's going on?
What's going on? We're watching Sofi closely. We're down 11 cents here, 465, to see if it's going to hit a new low today or not, or is it going to do a dead cat bounce, going to drop a little and then shoot?
Yeah.
Because the selling on Sofi may have petered out, but we have to see the last of it this morning. I don't know. We're down 170 on the Dow. Will the Dow have a down day, or again, the first hour, and then boom, the selling stops and up we go? I don't know. The debt ceiling talks are nowhere. That's no surprise. The show is on. The clown show is on between these figureheads. We'll wait for that. We're just seeing negative kind of news here and there. This morning, for instance, it was revealed that at the end of 2019, before the pandemic, the debt of the average American household, the American household debt number, since that time to today is up $2.9 trillion to $17 trillion.
I don't know what that means per person.
So I don't have a per person breakdown in this case, but $14 trillion was the total debt of American households at the end of 19.
And it's now
17 trillion. It's almost 3 trillion worse. That's more than 20% higher in debt. The problem with that number is not only the amount, the problem really is to carry the amount. Interest costs on that money is rising.
But we know why they had almost a 20% increase. Same reason Canada did. Same reason the world did. That COVID, people out of work, people couldn't go to work. You had to spend money.
But this isn't government debt. This is personal debt.
Oh, this is personal debt.
This is worse.
Oh.
Yeah, this is really nasty.
Oh.
The government finances are their own little issue, but governments can
I thought this was government.
Governments can print money like the Congress, like the Fed, like the Bank of Canada, Bank of England.
Oh,
we can print
like
money.
Crazy people.
Not a problem. As long as we honor money, we can print it. The problem is household debt, like mortgages, credit cards.
Because in Canada, household debt's gone down.
Depends on who you ask. But in America, it's gone up over 20% since the end of 19, when it was all things were working well, relatively speaking, economically. And so this is bad news. And with interest rates now 4 percentage points higher than 19, there were zero interest rates in 2019. Now we have interest rate, we have mortgages of 6-7%. This means the 17 trillion is more expensive to carry along, and Americans are not getting raises equal to inflation, and so they are losing the battle on the top end and the bottom end.
Right.
And this is the squeeze that is creating a slowdown and will not stop. It will not end.
And how much of that is mortgage debt compared to credit card debt that is at 23, 24, 25%?
Correct. That's correct. And car loans and
Right.
and home equity lines of credit and
Right.
furniture company loans and you name it. Yeah,
Yeah,
you name
yeah.
it. Now there are those Americans have no debt. There are many Americans have no debt at all.
Right.
They've got money in the bank. But there are those who have heavy debts, the middle class, who have been trying to get by.
Yeah.
And so I've been talking here to my
Yeah.
flock here about how do you get a raise from life? How do you get more money? Well, you either quit your day job and get a job somewhere else
Yeah.
and get paid what you're really worth, because that's sometimes the shocker
Unfortunately.
where people go, "You kidding me? I could get 30% more money if I go over there."
Yeah. Isn't that?
That
it's
happens.
Very unfortunate.
That happened to someone right over here standing off camera.
Yeah.
Who quit a job where she was excelling, getting nothing but rave reviews from her employer and getting healthy 2% pay increases every year.
Yeah.
And then she got stolen by her former supervisor who quit, got himself a huge paying raise, and then grabbed his number one right-hand person, said, "Why don't you come over here? I'll pay you this much." And Jen thought about it for a nanosecond, said, "I'm out of here," and got herself a beautiful paying job with her favorite boss. And the two of them were an unstoppable force for a number of years.
We're a very good team.
Indeed. Because you hire Auntie Jen in her prime, you are a winner. No question about that. But, you have to decide for yourselves. A lot of folks come through this channel from time to time. People come through here, and more of them are figuring out, I can make a lot more money if I just write options than working.
Or write options and don't have to get a second job.
Don't have a second
Spend
job.
time with your family.
Or maybe one of the two of us here in the household has a full-time job, and the other one has a part-time job. And the kids get way more mommy daddy time. Maybe that's the win here. Yes. And then there are those of you who are still working, but you've now added option writing to your arsenal of cash and cash generation and wealth generation. And you've now figured out, you know what? We're going to retire 10 years sooner than we thought. Because the way this is going, our retirement accounts are growing dramatically. So there's that too. Congratulations, all of you. So, Jen,
The
today,
AC is supposed to be on, but I don't feel
yeah, the building. I'm
it. Too short to tell if it's coming through the fence.
Jump. How's your hip doing?
Hip's good. It's not ready to jump 4 feet though.
No, the hip's not. We're not playing basketball.
Even
yet.
at 12, couldn't jump 4 feet.
She's not doing dunks, slam dunks.
Yeah, no basketball.
No basketball slam dunks here. But Jen did have a good day yesterday. She found containers.
All things I found.
She found containers with Steeler memorabilia in it.
I did. I knew I had another bin somewhere. I knew stuff was missing.
Bins, not boxes.
Bins.
You know what bins are? Big containers full of stuff. That's what bins are. Uh-oh.
There, you can put. I will allow you to put that on.
You allowing me to wear this?
Yeah.
Really? I don't know if I want to do that.
You can do that.
She wants me to put this on my head.
Hey, DQ.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You know that doesn't have a Steeler logo on it. You notice that?
It doesn't need a Steeler logo. It's Palmolive. Good grief.
Good grief almighty, she says. Oh man. Good morning from Sheepy Investor Manager. Uncle Bruce, a question.
Morning.
Will I be okay to buy the stock of Sofi at this level or wait for better prices in the long term? Well, in the long term, it's going to $100 a share. So you buying it down here is probably a pretty good idea. The fact that you're acquiring this stuff at such cheap prices, I think it's a smart move.
Don't lose dollars because you're worried about pennies.
Yeah. Don't lose dollars of upside for pennies of bargains. I have seen this happen as a broker, so has Jen, when we used to be stockbrokers, we would call clients and we would say, you know, that stock
It's a
we were
really good
talking
deal.
about 3 weeks ago, that XYZ, whatever company, the shares have done a dip here. I think it's a great time for us to jump in here and grab this stuff because we have a 5-year plan. And then we get customers who think they're so smart. They outsmart themselves.
Yeah, it's not good
And they
stuff.
say, oh, it was trading at 5 something a share and it's now at 4 something. Well, let's put in a bid at 4.10 and like 20 cents lower,
$3.50.
or 3.50. And then a week later, the stock's back to $6 and they never got
And
any.
they never got it.
And now they don't want to buy it at all. Even though they admit it's going to 20, they won't buy it at 6.
No,
I missed it.
I know.
Don't play these
It's
games.
Cutting off your nose to spite your face.
Bingo.
And everybody wants the print. Everybody wants
Oh,
to be able to say, oh yeah,
I bought it at the low.
I
Bought it at the low. I'm the genius buyer of all
Yeah.
time.
No, you're not.
No, you're not. You're not a genius.
Nobody's
No.
a genius.
You're like me. You're a moron. We're morons.
Yeah.
We don't know. You're trying to guess the psychology of the market for the all-time low of a trade. You're out of your mind. No, you see 464.5 on Sofi, you buy it now. You don't ask questions. You buy it now. Don't ask
Right.
questions.
Don't ask questions.
Manager, don't ask me. Buy it. Just buy it and tell me about it. That's what I want to see. But then again, I'm 68. What the hell? Well, 67. Give me a break. I'm 67. What the hell do I know? I have no experience.
What do I know? I'm only 6.
I'm only
only
6. What do I know? I'm only 6. I love that
know.
skit on Saturday Night Live. What do I know? I'm only 6.
I know.
Manager, I wrote 20 July, 21 Tesla cash secured puts, 155s. I got 10.06 for them. Nice.
Ooh.
Nice. Willing to pay 145 for Tesla. Yeah. Is that awesome or what? That is a beautiful trade. I love that. Well
These
done there,
stocks
manager.
that have swings, man. You
Oh,
get good premiums.
Man, it's a 165 market on Tesla. He's writing 155s, $10 out of the money. He's getting $10 for July. Oh, that's a beautiful trade. I love it, manager. You do good work, you know. From time to time, you do good trades. JR, it's predicted we will have some bigger fires this year because all of the water has caused the grasses into a large bloom. Yikes. Well, when the grass is green, it doesn't burn. It's when it turns brown. When the undergrowth in the forests die off, then the problems
What
show up.
happens in California? They
Yeah.
get those rains, grass grows.
And
it
where the
dies out.
forest fires are now in Alberta, they didn't get rain. The rain this year fell in California between Sacramento, San Francisco, Los Angeles, into Oregon, the Sierra Madre mountain range, all those mountains. The Great Salt Lake region got a lot of rain, thank God, a lot of snow in Salt Lake to help the Great Salt Lake itself recover somewhat. That's where the water came from, the
They're all
atmospheric
part of that
rivers.
same jet stream.
It wasn't coming into Canada. It
Didn't
wasn't
come
coming
up
into
that high.
northern Alberta. And there's the problem. Our snowpack in northern Alberta was very thin
And I
this
gotta
year.
say, a lot of people must be working from home today. There's very few people walking on the street.
People are not walking on the street. And I wouldn't be surprised if in downtown Calgary today, a lot of people are walking with masks on.
Right,
For
those,
obvious
those,
reasons.
What, N92s,
Those
because they will
N95s. The
the
N95s. Yeah,
will take the smoke out.
exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Get into your large commercial buildings, your libraries.
Mhm.
They got HEPA filters.
They got HEPA filters. Yikes.
Good for you.
Manager says, I bought 2,000 Sofi and now hold 358,000. The K is hidden. Way to go, pal. Way to go, manager. Keep picking up this cheap stock, man. Just buy it.
The
Yeah.
K is
Steal
silent. Just like
money.
Knights of armor.
The Knights
K
of
is
Armor.
silent.
The K is silent. That's right,
Neat,
manager.
neat.
Neat. Way to go, manager. You are the man. Keep up that good work, picking up these shares. All of you who are stealing this Sofi, well done. Those of you who have been stealing these other cheap stocks, well done. When
it's
others want out,
exercise
you
time.
get in. That shows what you're made of.
I'm leaving you.
Are you out of here? Oh, there's your hand. I can barely see it. It's too close. Yeah.
Bring your nose
But then again, it's
closer.
too close to me. So better being over there than
Bring
here.
your nose.
No.
Bye, everybody. Have a great Tuesday.
Go Rugman.
Go, Ragman.
Manager is the knight of K. Wow, says JR. The Dark Knight. Love it. What do we got here? The Dow's down 187 now. S&P is off 16. The Dow's now down 210, by the way. A little update for you. The Nasdaq down 26. We finally have a little red direction here. We've got some definite red, but the percentages are nothing. The Dow is down 0.64%, not even 2/3%. The S&P is down 0.4, Nasdaq down 1/5 of a percentage point. This is nothing. These are nothing burger moves. Oil is up 18 cents. Whoop-de freaking do. We're not going anywhere with that. 468 to 469 now on Sofi, down 8.5 cents. That's all the movement we've got here. The low of the day, 461 on SoFi, 467, 468. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens here. The Dow now, negative 211 at this point in time. All right. Rocket Lab down 11. Smart Rent up 12. Everything is red. Everything is red except Smart Rent. It's up to 367.5 on 197,000 volume. There is no volume here. It's up again. What's going on? What is going on at Smart Rent? Someone is acquiring paper systematically. They're buying it. And they're not waiting for it to come in. They're moving it. Something is going on. A downlay like this, when it's red all over my screen, there's this green bar all by itself. What is going on? Apple's up 7 cents. It's dropping off. Google up 150, not doing a hell of a lot. Everyone else is down. Moderna down 480. Tesla down 140. GameStop is now negative 14 cents. Cisco down 26. Pfizer down 13. IBM down 65 cents. We got Microsoft up still 220, but it was up higher than that. HPQ is holding a 14-cent gain. It's red out there. Home Depot down 540, as I said earlier. Amazon up 120, still slipping a bit. Netflix down $3. Adobe down 385. Goldman down 126. Boeing down 191. Meta down 187. Red. Target down. JP Morgan down. Costco's down. Walmart is down. Disney all down. American Airlines down 23. Nvidia holding a 240 gain, topping out a bit. Smart Rent is up again, all by itself. I find that interesting. Really interesting. I don't know. Okay. Yeah. Okay. At the same time, manager says, I am writing 2,000 contracts to Hedge Sofi. JR, goodbye, Anti-Gen. Beach Boy, 2,000 Sofi at 468. Well done, Beach Boy. Manager, right behind you, buddy. 116,000 volume here. We got JR. It's great to be able to look at the red and think, instead of panic. Manager, Beach Boy, it's all relative. There you go. It's all relative, my friend. Exactly right. You got it. Picking up the cheap SoFi and taking it off the table. Anyone dumb enough to give it away, we'll take it off you. No problem. We'll take it. No problem. $100 a share. Just got to work out the timing here. We're just trying to figure out the decimal points. Just bear with us. We'll let you know exactly when this is going to happen. Boy. Fun times at the OK Corral. We have 169 thumbs ups. Thank you all for coming through for us with 169 thumbs ups today. It is much appreciated. If you're able to hit that thumbs up button, please do so. That would be great. Thank you again to, look at this. People have been coming in here and I've been missing it. First of all, I want to thank Home Skillet, the first person today to put up a green bar announcing how long they've been a member. 3 months now as a Chillin' with Uncle Bruce member. We appreciate you, Uncle Bruce. Then J-Boy came in here, 5 months, Chillin' with Uncle Bruce member. Thank you, J-Boy, for being here. Number 150, thank you. Gonzo Cruiser, I've been a member for 22 months. Chillin' with Uncle Bruce membership level, just showing off now. Thank you, Gonzo. 22 months of being a loyal member of this channel. I miss these from time to time. I apologize if I'm not catching them right away because this is being shown on my YouTube feed, not on my StreamYard feed. And that's the issue I have. Sometimes I miss these. But I thank you all so much for posting these notices of how long you've been a member of this channel. It really is impressive to see how long some of you have been a loyal follower of this channel, and it is just fantastic. I think it's why we're still here. Jen and I are alive because of you guys, no question about it. Thank you for those of you taking classes, getting wiser, smarter as option traders. Ready to go. If any of you have any questions, or if you're having link issues, you let me know with an email. Send me an email and just tell me, Bruce, I picked up class number, whatever. I can't get the link to work. Let me know. I'll send you a direct link. Absolutely. Thank you all so very much for that. All righty. Let's see what else going on here. What else going on? Alberta, I landed in Maryland. Rerun it is, scooping up the dips. Home skillet. Uncle Bruce working on hedging my covered calls with cash secured puts. Any thoughts? Yeah, you could try that. You can always try that. Lobo Blast. Hey, hello, Uncle Bruce. I'm still here. Always learning something from you. You are slowly changing my life for the better. Thank you, Lobo Blast, for those comments, and all of you for your kind words. It is just great to see, slowly but surely, how things are moving in your direction. Markets are off 243. Who cares? Anybody here worried about the market down 243 points? Anyone? Oh, raise your hand. Doesn't look like it. Rocket Lab down 8.5. Smart Rent up 8.5. AI is only down 27 cents now. It's climbing again. Unity down 225. Might be time to get into deep in the money calls over there. Maybe. GameStop 21.60 down 2 cents. There you go. SoFi 466 down 11. Tesla 166.18 down 17. Apple's up 30. Google up 168. Moderna down 446 to 125.60. I know a guy who is sitting on 135 written calls on this. He's got to be just grinning from ear to ear now. Matthew 174, 175 on your thumbs up meter. Good morning. Awesome show today. I'm getting good ideas for SoFi and also Smart Rent here. Splair, just in case, I wish you all a relaxed and successful day. J-Boy, welcome to MD. Welcome to Maryland there, Alberto, from J-Boy. You have friends in the area. Fantastic stuff. 178 thumbs ups. 22 away from 200 today. We are on a roll here. Thank you, all of you, for popping in here and throwing these thumbs ups around. 196 of you are here. Very few slackers today. Strickland is having a tough time finding people to hand pink slips to because you guys are not being slackers today. Well done. Thank you all for being part of the program. 249 down dip points on the Dow market. That's what we got, 249. Only 17.5 on S&P and only 22 on NASDAQ. NASDAQ is down 0.18 of a percentage point. This is a nothing burger. This is a market that wants to go higher. The Dow is off 0.75 of a percentage point. It's trying to lead the market lower. I don't know if it's going to work. I'm not exactly sure. Keep an eye on your option trades, everybody. Making money out there. AI is about to go green. It's only down 8 cents. This AI stock was at 22.75. It's now 23.88, down 8 cents. It's going green. It's coming on big time right now. Unity down 208 at 27.92. Can't say that it's going higher at the moment. 22.92-ish. 27.92. GameStop is up 2 pennies. 21.64. It doesn't seem to want to go down. It seems to want to go higher. Just saying. Interesting trading developments here today. Very interesting things going on. Barron's is saying debt ceiling talks resume. Great. We'll see how that goes. Debt ceiling talks. Absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, what can I tell you? Cheers to everybody out there. Rugman says hi. My screen was all red 5 minutes ago. Now it's turning green. It's amazing. Even though the Dow's off 220 points, my screen is turning green. AI is up 8 cents. GameStop is positive, +3. They want to turn around. SoFi is coming back up. It's at 468, 469. It's coming on again. Here we go. Wow. Larry Titus, Alberto, you're in my home state. Welcome to Maryland. Right on, Alberta. Alberta, you have friends all over the place over there. All over the place. Fantastic. Way to go, you guys. Well done, each and every one of you. 469, 470 on SoFi. We're coming on. We're only down 7 cents on SoFi. SoFi is climbing. Volume of 10.8 million, nowhere near yesterday. The selling has dried up. It's over. Those who had to get out got out. We didn't hit 445 today. We only hit 461. We didn't go as low as yesterday. We seem to be coming on the other direction. That's my hunch here. It's what I sense is going on here. I think SoFi is about to pop up. Just 40 years of experience gnawing at me. We might be through the worst of it. Might just be. AI up a dime. Smart Rent still up 5 cents. Rocket Lab only down 7. Dow's down 220. It seems to be coming back a little bit. Double D, any news on CYXT? I haven't seen anything official. Manager, Uncle Bruce sending a limit, BTC 2,000 contracts on SoFi to lock in the profit of 12 grand, which I had sold for 91 cents. If I can get them back at 86, I'm okay with it. Let's see if successful. I'll buy SoFi with that profit. I'll buy SoFi. Rock and roll, man. Play in the options market, pennies at a time on thousands of contracts. It is fascinating to watch how he's doing it. 468.5 right now on SoFi at the moment. Unity down 203. It looks like it's bouncing back a little bit, coming back up a tiny bit. And Nasdaq's only down 0.1 of a percentage point, 12 points. Nasdaq's about to go green again. S&P wants to turn it around. It's only down 15 points. S&P doesn't want to play the Dow game of backing off right now. Interesting. Manager 1192 locked in on Tesla cash secured puts. I just closed that trade. Well done, manager. A nice little trade on cash secured puts. Well done. Yeah, there you go. Down 228 on the Dow. Tesla up 26 cents. It's turned around. SoFi 468.6. GameStop 2168 up 6. We're up 6 on AI. We're up 4.5 on Smart Rent. We got Apple up 34. Google up $2, 218 now. Little turnaround there. HBQ is still up 11. Microsoft up $3. Amazon up 165. Fanuc up 37 cents. I'm quoting the guys in green right now. Nvidia up 207 right there. Very, very interesting. The regional banks are a bit better. Western Alliance, WAL stock is 3208. In the last week, Western Alliance has gone from $26 to $32. So a bit of a recovery there. The low was 746. Big recovery from that. Interesting to watch how that will play out. Remember, the stock was $75 March 6th. So 2 months and 10 days from 75 to 7 back to 32 on that one. Interesting. We'll watch that closely, of course. All right. As we do all of these markets, the Dow down 243 right now. SoFi 469, trying to get back to 470. Manager, I do not want to be a hero. If I see my coffee and bagel money a minimum of 1,000, I'm going to take it. Market giveth, I taketh. There you go, my friend. Grabbing it and grabbing it fast. Why not? 467 on SoFi, little dip. It might work out in manager's favor on his buyback, on his 2,000 calls. Interesting stuff, kids. Interesting stuff. Oil up 15 cents, 71.26. We're approaching within 6 minutes of the 2-hour mark of this telecast. We have 180 thumbs ups. Thank you, everyone, for supporting this channel, letting us know how long you've been members. We love you, and you are awesome. Thank you, all of you who are renewing your memberships without even being prompted. Those of you who put your memberships on automatic renewal, thank you very much. Those of you becoming new members, upgrading your membership from chilling with Uncle Bruce to Gold Bagel status, thank you all. We'll see you, don't forget, this Wednesday, Prime Time Live with Uncle Bruce, 6 o'clock Eastern, not 8 o'clock, 6 o'clock from now on, Eastern time. I go live every Wednesday night, 2 hours earlier from now on, 6 p.m. Eastern. For those of you in the UK, I think that's 11 o'clock. Those of you in continental Europe, that's midnight instead of 2 in the morning. For some of you, that's all the difference. Thank you. And those of you who catch me on the rerun, of course, thank you all so much for joining in on us. Fantastic. Manager, it is so much fun. I'll just trade SoFi options and Tesla cash secured puts, make money and buy SoFi with that money. You can't go wrong doing that. You just keep buying this stuff up and buying it up, taking this cheap stock off the market, just grabbing. Just let the gamblers on the option market let you buy all the SoFi. Pick it up. Very interesting. Congratulations, all of you out there who are writing SoFi cash secured puts. Those of you writing GameStop cash secured puts, Tesla cash secured puts, way to go. Bringing in some cash, but writing out of the money puts and taking the money off the table. Way to go. Why not? You've learned how to do it through the classes we offer on our website, and also those of you who are learning from others here how it's done. Well done, all of you, to writing options and changing your lives forever. Very, very, very good. Well done, all of you. All right. So much fun. Indeed. Thanks, JJ, for the advice on the video idea. I appreciate that. I might look into that today. There might be something to that. We're down 202 on the Dow right now. We're improving, actually, a little here, a little there. AI has gone negative again, but only 27 centinos. GameStop is up a nickel here. SoFi, 469.5, down 7.5. There you go. Lorraine, on my way to Atlanta. Manager, I am writing cash secured puts on Unity. Right on, sir. Grab some premiums anywhere you can get them. Why not? 2802 and it's coming back on. Write cash secured puts and enjoy a little run up. Why not? What's wrong with that? Unity moving up. AI is down 21 cents. Unity down 196. The low on Unity today, 27.57 now, 28.04. Improving right now on 3 million shares. We'll see how that goes. Lots of high premiums on that volatile stock, no doubt about it. Z Estate, I'm a number 183 on your thumbs up meter, buddy. Thank you for letting me know what number you are, folks. It helps keep me in touch with where you're at. 184 thumbs ups are here, 16 away from 200. Can we get 16 thumbs ups in the next couple of minutes to break 200 during my telecast? You guys would be awesome if you could help us do it. That would be really great. Help me out here, folks. See if you can write or hit that thumbs up button while we're here. Thank you all very much for this tremendous vote of confidence. I do so much appreciate it, as does Jen. Absolutely fabulous. Yesterday's show, 224 thumbs ups. A day before that, 212. Day before that, 206. The day before that, 266. Every day, 200 thumbs up seems to come through here because of this channel's incredible viewers. I thank you very much. 189, 11 to go. 190, 10 to go. We're down to the final 10 on the thumbs ups meter. We only need 10 more. Cindy B, I am number 184, buddy. Thank you so much, Cindy. Splair, strange. I was about to close a day trade, 1.3% gain. Thought then maybe not. Then suddenly closed by itself. Went instantly after that 5 centinos lower without touching my display. How about that? Interesting, isn't it? We are now at 195 on the thumbs up meter. We are now at 196. 4 away. 4 thumbs ups away from 200. You guys are awesome. Thank you. 4 to go. We've got 200 thumbs ups again from this incredible channel. Thank you guys. You guys just make it so good. 191 is a down dip on the Dow. Interesting. Energy up 19 cents. Oil's up 19 cents. Whoop-dee-doo. We're not going anywhere on oil. Unreal. We're down 183 on the Dow. We're improving again. We're up on NASDAQ. We've gone green. We're up 3 points. We've turned it into positive. S&P is about to go green. It's only down 9.5. It's coming back from down 20. S&P is climbing. Dow's climbing, down 170 now. Here come the markets. Here we go. Getting greener. Unity down 186. It's improving. GameStop up 17 cents. Look at that. We're coming on. Look at Tesla, says Sydney. Up 124, 167.59. Here we go. How about that? Splayer said, but maybe it was only for so long on the closing screen while eating chips and watching y'all. Maybe watch those markets, folks. They're getting better. We have 198 thumbs ups. There you go. Thank you guys so much. I think it's time to unleash the fury of the Knights of Knee. It's time for the Knights of Knee to make their call. To call out across the forest, neat, 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 bring us shrubbery. It is time for the Knights of Knee to call out this market. Manager wrote 50 Unity cash secured puts, November 17, 25s for $3.75. Nice going. $3 out of the money for that kind of prompt. That's nice. Mandu number 5, neat, 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 neat. Zeta State, neat, neat, Kareem, neat, 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 Splair, neat, 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 Kareem, Drew, Splair, neat, 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 neat. Here come the Knights of Knee. Are yelling at the top of their lungs. The knee emojis do not upset the Knights of Knee. Karen is on it. Lame Duck is on it. This market is happening. We have 198 thumbs ups. Neat, 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 going for 200. Neat, neat, neat. Thank you, everybody. Home Skillet, nice trade, manager. A way to bring in some cash. Giddy up, everybody. The Knights of Knee are speaking. We have 200 thumbs ups. Woohoo! Thank you, everybody, so much. We've got the whole thing happening. 200 thumbs ups have come through here. There's only one thing to do now. There's only one thing to do right now. Where is that? Where is it? It's right here. It's here. It's here. Oh, it's coming. Here it is. Let's do it, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Time to celebrate with fireworks. 200 thumbs ups are in the house. That means we got fireworks. 202 now are here. Thank you all so much. Richard Carlin. Neat, 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 neat. Octavio. Neat, 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 neat. That's right. Bagel Babe. Neat, 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 neat. Here come the knee emojis. They're coming out. The Knights of Knee are speaking and the fireworks are firing. And we have 202 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody, for coming through for us yet again. And the rerunners to add to it. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being part of this channel. I love you guys. This is great stuff. We're down 215 again on a little red wave, but I think this is computer trading. I think we're running out of selling. I think this market is running out of stock. It might turn the other direction here. S&P down 6. Sorry, S&P down 13, NASDAQ down 6. That's a nothing burger over there. Down 213 on the Dow. I think we're going to turn it. That's my hunch right now. We'll see here. Unity down 187 at 28.13. Way to go. Way to go, manager. Writing cash secured puts on Unity. Defying Mother Nature. Pat Merkley, thank you. Lame Duck. Now we know why you have forest fires. All those fireworks, Bruce. That's what's going on over there. Manager, way to go. Writing cash secured puts. 50. CSPs on Unity, the 20, what were those? The 20, where am I here? The 25s, 375 for November. Yeah, I like this. I like this trade. Well done. Here we go. November 25s on the put side. Yeah, there we are. 375.85. Taking that trade and hitting it. Let's see what this stock wants to do. This stock pops through 29. You're laughing today. You'll be buying them back later today at a nice profit. Pat Merkley, Bruce, what? Thank you, Pat. for being here. We have 202 thumbs ups, everybody. Thank you. Beautiful stuff. Bagel Babe, this is the best channel of all YouTube. Well, there you go. I thank you for those comments. That's much appreciated. We're just trying to make a few dollars here in this market, and dollars are available to be had. You just have to learn how to write options and become part of the program, kids, part of the family, and join in. Thank you, all of you who have been taking these classes, reaching out to me for one-on-ones, and hanging out as members of this channel. How does SoFi continue to get downgraded after releasing positive quarterly results? How is that possible? How? Of course, there were positive reports and $8 target prices set as well, but people seem to be only looking at one recommendation, not the others. So there you go. How is it possible that people ignore the good ones and only pay attention to one small, tiny little analyst out there at Wedbush of all places? Really? You're going to take Wedbush over JP Morgan, over other high-end analysts? Good luck with that. What can I say? I don't know. It's a free country, I guess. You're allowed to form your opinion any way you want. 205 thumbs ups. Thank you, folks. 205 thumbs ups. Oh, this is awesome today. Thank you, everyone, so very, very much for your support today. It is much appreciated. Neat. Keep them coming, kids. 206. There's another one. You got to love this. Thank you. There you go. Manager, I have a limit placed to buy 2,000 SoFi contracts for 86 cents. And will I get to it? It's trading right now for 87 to 91. I'm at 80. That's a stink bid at 86. Why not? Sit there and just wait. Otherwise, pull your order and go to 84 and see if the 87 buyer gets scared because there isn't a big buyer behind him at 86. And next thing you know, it might be 85 bid, offered at 86, and then you jump in and buy at 86. You can always play those games. Tons of games. A home skillet, I got $4 for a cash secured put, $20 strike on AI 10 days ago. Nice job. Nicely done. Well done, everybody. Taking some money off the table here. Well done. All righty. Well, there it is. We'll see how this market plays out. My 2 hours is done. We're down 237 on the Dow. We're down 16 on S&P. Nasdaq only down 10. I don't think this is much of a sell-off. We may have a green day after all, when it's all said and done. Rocket Lab is down 3 cents. Big deal. Smart Rent still up 4. AI down 57. Unity down 185 and climbing now. GameStop up 7. SoFi at 468.5. Tesla is up 122. Apple down a dime. Google up 190. Moderna down 450. Cisco down 17. Pfizer down 6. IBM down 29. Right there. HPQ up 15. Microsoft up 267 as we speak. Amazon is up 183. Home Depot down 636. Vanex Semiconductors up 43 cents. Netflix down 170. Adobe down 240. Goldman down 93. Boeing down 117. Meta down 154. And Royal Caribbean up 67 cents. Ridiculous. 76.79. Target down 43. JP Morgan down 64 cents. Costco down $4. Walmart down 75. Disney down 91.08, down 179. Nvidia hanging on to a 260 gain, and American Airlines down 20 cents, 14.08. DraftKings down 42 cents to 23.06. There you have it, kids. There's where we're at. Okay, I changed it to 84, he says. I changed it to 84. DH Ruda, neat. Manager, keep an eye on that market. You never know. Sometimes they bounce off of your bids. They try to stay ahead of you. So back off and then see if the offers come down. If the buyer goes to 85, you might pop in at 86 and get hit there. And of course, you're watching the market itself. If SoFi backs off like a nickel to 463, back off to 81, and then come in at 83, 84, and scoop them there. So manage your trade accordingly because it's worth a lot of money to you, and keep up the good work. Some billionaire was buying the bloated Netflix the last few weeks ago. Hope it drops below 250 real soon. Right on, manager. Well said. Well said. There you go, buddy. Right on. All right, kids. Thank you, all of you, for being part of the show today. I appreciate this. Robert Benson, I am 207, Bruce. You're pushing 200 plus. This is great stuff. Thank you guys so much for nailing these thumbs ups for me today. It is appreciated. We're blowing out 200 again. Let's go higher. Thank you all. Make a lot of money today. Get richer out there, kids. I expect nothing less than great results. Keep it going, you guys, and enjoy the rest of your session. Keep an eye on my channel for any updates, and we'll keep you posted on developments as the market continues to trade on. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. I'll be holding this short, the longest ever in my trading account. It is now an eagle thing. Let's see if I win this eagle thing. Right on, manager. I think Netflix is going down way under 200. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. We'll see how that plays out. All right, everybody. Thank you. Have a good one. We'll catch you tomorrow early in the morning. And don't forget tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, prime time with Uncle Bruce. Gold Bagel members. Become a Gold Bagel member immediately and join the party. TJ, neat. There you go, TJ. You've said it all right there. Thank you so much, everyone. See you later. Bye for now.